So before I get into this review, I'm going to be going over how my rating system works. So 10 to 7 is a positive review for the movie, with 10 being an absolute beautiful day. 9? It's a 9. Watch the movie. 8 is great, 7 is good. 6 to 4, now getting in the mixed section, with 6 being a possible good. 5, a 50-50. 4, not quite bad, but you get a pass. 3 and under, now being in the negative section, with 3 being bad, 2 being really bad, 1 being the gates of hell, and 0 being nowhere you want to go. So let's get this started.
So I don't know how much I'm actually entitled to reviewing this film because I can't quite recall how I felt about the first two films. But what I can say is that regardless of how long it's been, 25 years to be exact, maybe even more, this actually feels like a straight continuation of the Bill and Ted franchise. So the acting in this movie, first off, welcomingly, is all good. Though I do have to point this out, which I doubt anybody's heard considering it's fucking Keanu Reeves, but Alex Winter, in my opinion, actually arguably steals the show. It's not that Keanu Reeves was doing anything wrong. I just feel like John Wick kind of got to his head in a sense. But without spoiling too much, this film will definitely please fans of the original. It does have a lot to do with time travel, obviously, that is present. And what I respected about this film is that it didn't feel like a straight rehash. So what they did with this is actually what they should have done. A, give people what they want, and B, give people what they expect, while doing so in a genuine and proper manner. Giving us the Bill and Ted that we all know, plus adding that little twist where we actually get the introductions of their daughters, which are greatly acted to actually suit the kind of persona of their fathers. And it's a great blend with the movie, how they fit in, because they're basically going back in time to save their dads, while their dads are trying to save reality. So it's both a solid next plot to the Bill and Ted franchise, while not giving you necessarily a nice surprise, but just giving it, treating it more like a genuine throwback for the fans. And I'm not going to spoil too much here, but yes, their daughters do go back in time. And I'm not going to spoil too much here, but while the daughters are going back in time, they actually kind of recreate what Bill and Ted was in the first film. They do go back in time and meet all these legends, except instead of it being historical legends, it's musical ones, hence the title, Face the Music. Also, again, what I want to state is that this does feel like the Bill and Ted, but they're much more mature in this film in a more realistic and actually refreshing manner. They still crack the same kind of jokes that we would expect from them, except they don't feel dated or just rehashed. They're actually done in a genuine and proper manner and fashion. And the movie is somewhat corny in a sense, but you just kind of just grow to respect it because it's not really trying to be anything more. It's not trying to do anything new in a sense. It's just trying to be what it is that both fans would, again, expect and want. And it's just sweet, man. You just kind of grow content with it. The big thing though that I do want to discuss is that when you look back on the film in and of itself, it's a lot, dude. It's a fucking lot. Honestly, it's kind of hard to actually recall or remember what all just happened or how it all went down. But again, there are a lot of surprises in this film that are actually really well written, and I was not expecting at all. That, if they were gonna get spoiled to me, it would actually put a damper on things. They're that good. Also, the last act, in my personal opinion, is actually my favorite, as it solely dedicates itself to actually patching itself from up from the previous film. The way that it was done wasn't in a sense that it felt forced. It was just, again, dude, it's just sweet. Also, I think this film had as well a very solid budget to it. I know that thinking that this movie came out 30 years after the last one, and people of this generation may not even know who the fuck Bill and Ted are. It was actually given a worthy budget. The use of special effects and everything, it did what it needed to do. The only thing is that once it gets to the end, it just kind of ends. It's just over. It's not that we needed to get more from this film, or have that kind of a hint that there was going to be a continuation afterward, but it just didn't feel finale-wise, if that makes sense. It just feels like everybody by that point was just kind of exhausted and was okay, so that's obviously the ending, and here you go. Movie's done. Overall, this was definitely a lot better than I thought it was going to be, considering how, sequels are these days. Not trying to compare anything, but I mean, look back at fucking Zoolander 2 and Dumb and Dumber 2. I mean, this movie isn't golden, but compared to those, it's respectively and exceptionally tons better. And I'm feeling a solid 6.3 out of 10 for this one. So that was my review on Bill and Ted Face the Music. Definitely not a film I was expecting to review. Don't remember quite what I thought of the first two. Maybe I'll drop kind of a throwback review about those in the future. Let me know if you guys would like to see those. But my next reviews will be Unhinged and Train to Busan 2 Peninsula. So those should be coming next week, along with one of my most anticipated films coming this year, I'm Thinking of Ending Things. So look forward to those. And I appreciate you guys watching the review. Thanks so much.